Okay, so I'm taking this right out of Scripture. In the red letter edition of the Bible, this is in red. This is in red. It's Jesus himself. That means Jesus is speaking. And he says in John 3, verses 12 and 13. First of all, in 12, he says, I want to tell you heavenly things, but you can't handle the earthly things. Then in verse 13, he says, who is he who ascended but he who descended? Now, Jesus is literally saying the word ascend. Now, I realize it was in Aramaic or something originally, but that's how it's getting translated in our Bible, ascend. It says, so I have ascended, or I was ascended, but, no, I'm so sorry. I did descend, and now I have ascended. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, I haven't left the earth, but I have ascended.
Right.
I'm still on the earth. I am the Son of Man who is in heaven. Okay, so I think Jesus is telling us, I believe, giving a model or a pattern that he wants us to learn how to live in both realms simultaneously. Okay, it's not one or the other. It's not the earth based without the heaven, nor is it the heaven based without the earth. Because in John 10:9, Jesus says, I'm the door. If any man come in, he'll be saved. Or I like to say safe, because the door, Jesus, is the safe way to go in and out of the heavenlies. The next phrase says, and he shall go in and out and find pasture. So the ascension is what the first people do. They do ascension. Newbies do ascension because they've never done it before. The title or name I felt like the Lord gave us in the very beginning was the Ascended Life Community. Learning how to live the ascended life. How do we live the ascended life? Now, the ascended life, I didn't mean that to exclude the earthly life, because Jesus said you'll go in and out and find pasture. And I understand that the word ascend is a little bit of a trigger. For some people, it's a lot of a trigger. But doggone it, Jesus himself used it. It's in red in our Bible. He actually said the word. And so I'm just kind of going to go after it, and I don't care if people don't want to use it. That's fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. Call it anything you want. But that's just kind of where I've landed, because it comes from pretty good source, The kingdom of heaven is within you. And when Jesus said he was in heaven, the Son of Man who is in heaven, he wasn't raised off of the ground by centimeters, feet, inches, miles. It wasn't an altitude type thing. It was an integration into, as a couple of you have said now, the spiritual realm, the heavenly realm. But what we have a problem with is us humans have a hard time of engaging, how do I go internal? And so Jesus calls it ascend. And then Paul says in Colossians 3, verses 1 and 2, he says, since you have been raised. Set your affections, listen, on things where? Above. Now, so, if the first verses weren't confusing, now this makes it confusing. It's like, is it altitude? Is it inches? Is it miles? Is it galaxies? Or is it raised in conscious awareness and integration into another realm? And then to make it further confusing, we got Elijah, and what happens to him? He literally gets caught up in feet and miles, maybe, I don't know. He gets taken up with whirlwind and chariots and fire or horses, and he gets taken up off of the earth. And so, is it one or the other? Well, I'm pretty sure it's dimensions and realms. Right. But God, for whatever reason, he says, well, you humans need to have a little object or something to deal with. And so we're going to call it raised. We're going to call it ascend. I'm actually going to have a guy get caught up in a whirlwind. God just makes it confusing sometimes.